Okay, you guys, I had to take a little break and heat up my food because it was a little cold. I'm going to continue to eat it. I want to tell you guys my spooky story. It's going to be based on a true story that happened that involves La Llorona. It's getting heated up. I should tell you guys about the little boot buckets from Burger King. These are it. And I thought they were so cute. I was like, give me one of those. Do you guys still have them? He was like, yes. And they're $2. Okay. I was like, ooh, I can't wait to get them and everything. And then I quickly found out that they don't have no chicken nuggets or no fries in them. So it is just the basket. When you order it, it's going to be the basket. And not to be that girl, but I'm going to be that girl. I will be comparing them to the McDonald's one. The McDonald's one obviously is a Happy Meal, and it comes with stickers, and it comes with whatever you want the Happy Meal to have in it. So here is the comparison. This one has, I think, 3 pieces. This one has all these little decorative ones, and you can see probably the same size, honestly. $2 without the meal, and I think it's $4.69, almost $5. Yeah. So first, we're gonna start off with the meal because I already kind of had it sitting there for a few minutes. So the meal comes with Whoppers, mozzarella sticks, and chicken nuggets, and a sundae. I went to the first Burger King and they have ran out, so I guess a lot of people are getting them. And the sundae I got was a regular sundae. They didn't even have the other one. So let's get to these. Okay, first up, it's the Mummy mozzarella fries. So I'm gonna try one of these. I've never tried one. They're actually really good. The vampire nuggets are in this cute little coffin, and you can see a little vampire on the side. So cute. I don't know. And these are supposed to be bats. They're good. They're actually really good. I do need to heat them up. So I got the Whopper. It's called the Jack-o'-lantern Whopper. It comes wrapped up like so. Oh my god, it's so cute. You guys, look. It comes with bacon. I didn't even ask what it came with. I just ordered it. Okay, you guys see. It's all orange. Yum. I'm gonna take a huge bite. Okay, so the thing about this meal is that it does not come with a drink. I think it was like 16 something for this. And honestly, I'm loving the hamburger, and I think it's so cute. It's a vibe. Mozzarella sticks are fire, I'm not gonna lie. The chicken nuggets are so different than the ones at McDonald's. The ones in McDonald's I feel like are crispier, but then again, Adam's sitting there, and these taste more like chicken. I don't know. And I am missing my barbecue sauce, so I'm gonna dip them in barbecue ranch. Barbecue sauce. Fire. They don't come with a drink, so I'm gonna be drinking a Dr. Pepper, a diet one. Your girl gotta look out. Your girl gotta look out. So originally I wanted to make spooky food and Halloween food and everything, but I'm just gonna wait for my Halloween party. So I'm gonna be having a Halloween party at my house on Halloween, and I'm definitely gonna be vlogging it, so you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna have the whole family over here, and we're all gonna go trick-or-treating, and we're gonna have a little, you know, I wouldn't say cook-off. We're gonna have a little what is that called? We're all gonna come together and cook, and we're gonna go trick-or-treating with the kids and everything. It's gonna be so fun. It's a vibe. My family is really fun to hang out with. We are definitely litness. I'm gonna take another bite of this. It's so scrumptious. And you know, I know they had the black bun. I don't know what year it was, or even last year. I think it was purple, but I know they had the black one, and I never wanted to try it because I thought it was just like, I don't want to eat that. But this one's so cute, and honestly, now I would eat the black bun, honestly, because I don't know, it looks so cartoonish. It looks so cartoonish. It's so cute, and I don't know if like the camera doesn't do justice for it. Delicioso. Fire, and it has bacon. Stop playing with me. Mozzarella stick. Let's try it with some ranch. I want to try those mukbangs where you see the girls eating and they're like stuffing their face, and they have like this big ol' like thing and they smack it. Stuff squirts out. 直播直播，速来速来。Yeah, I want to try that. So let's get to the story. The story is based on a true story. So basically, it's back in the day story. It's a story about my dad seeing the Llorona. Yes, I don't know if you guys know the story about the Llorona, but basically in English, it's a lady that cries. So her name is Llorona. It's like a crying lady. That's what her name is called. Basically, it goes back to when my dad was 14 years old. He went to Mexico to visit for a couple months. He went to go visit his grandmother because she was sick, so he went with his parents. So it was his mom, his dad, him, and his uncle, and his grandparents. And they lived out deep into Mexico. They didn't live in a city. They lived in the Sierra. There was just mountains. And so when you live out there, they harvest their own food. They have their own cows, their own chickens, their own vegetables and everything. And it was like on top of mountains, and there's like hills around there. And on the bottom of the hill, there was a river where they would come down and get water. Like a little town. It wasn't a city, and there was neighbors, but they had a lot of land around there, so all the neighbors were, you know, spread apart. So when my father went to go visit, he made friends there. He made a lot of friends his age. Mind you, he's 14 years old, right? So he went for the summer, and he would go down to the river and go play with his friends all the time there. And he would see their moms here and there, but just play with the kids, and he wouldn't really see the parents, right? He was there, I would say, all summer, and he had realized that a lot of the kids by like 6, 7 p.m., they were already going into the house, right? Like he's like, they have a curfew, they go in, I go in before the lights are, basically there's no light outside, because mind you, there's not really street lights out there because it is in the mountains, right? The only street lights that will be whatever the people in the village will have outside, which will be the ones at their house, right? So he said that his grandmother had got sick. So his grandmother had got sick, and his parents were out into the city to go get medicine that she needed. So it was pretty far. It was hours away. They had to take a bus there, but it wasn't like a regular like city bus. It was a bus to go into another town to get to the city. So they had to take, I would say, 2 few-hour buses. So for them, it was easier for them to go stay the night there, right? So he stayed home with his grandparents. Well, he stayed at his grandparents' house with his uncle, right? His uncle would go to work, come back, go to work all day and night, and come back. One day he realized his grandma was having like a really high fever, and she asked him for a tea. And then my dad noticed that there was no more water there. So back in the days, they would go get water from a well or go get water from the lake, because the mountain's so high. They say the higher the water comes from the mountains, more purified. So they're pretty high, but obviously they have to filter it still, and they have to boil it and clean it, and you know, they still do the whole process. Even though it was back in the day, they still went through the process of cleaning it. So his first reaction, his grandmother told him, we need water, she's sick. He's like, I'm gonna go get us some water. he did say his grandma kept telling him, no, it's okay, just wait. But because he seen his grandma so sick, he felt bad. He went and go get it. So he said that there was like slopes getting down the hill. He was getting down the hill. As he was going down the hill to get to the river, he heard a lot of little kids playing and splashing in the river, right? And my dad was like, oh my god, like my friends are out here and they're playing. So he wasn't scared. Mind you, it was already like the sun was already setting. It was pretty, already dark, when you can see, but it's dark. So as he gets into the river, it's getting darker, and he still hears a lot of kids playing in the water, splashing and everything. So my dad's not scared. He's going and everything. He said that there was like a opening to get to the river where everybody would like sit there and watch the kids play and everything, right? As he's getting closer to the river, he starts hearing little kids screaming help in Spanish. And he was hearing them say, help, help. He was like, oh my god, that's my friends. And he starts walking faster to go see what's going on. Mind you, my dad has like buckets in his hands. He has two smaller buckets that were not huge, and he's like walking faster. Stops hearing the kids screaming, and he hears a lady screaming for her kids. This is kind of scary. It's not kind of scary. It is scary. So in Mexico, if you're not scared to see stuff like this or hear stuff like this, you have probably, or you can look up the Llorona videos. And they have videos of people that record her crying at night. And she's crying for her kids. She's saying, my kids in Spanish, which is, ay, mis hijos, which means my kids. So my dad said he heard a lady screaming for her kids, and she was like, mis hijos, ay, mis hijos. She was saying, my kids. Mind you, my dad's like, the kids' voices went from like playing and splashing to like quiet, and then like kind of screaming for help to being quiet. So my dad starts running down the slope to get to the river. He said at that point, as he's running in there, he turns around, and right there where the parents sit at, it's like a, like when you go to the beach, there's like sand to get into the beach. Well, there was like an opening for the river where the parents used to sit at and watch the kids play. As he was running, there was like a rock right there where they would sit at. There was like rocks everywhere. There's a woman slouched over, crying with her hands in her face, and he's like, he sees her and she's pointing at the water, but she's like slouched down like this. Pointing at the water. So my dad's first reaction was throw the buckets and jump in the water. He threw himself in there, and as he's coming back out, because he said his first reaction was just to help. Mind you, he's 14 years old. His first instinct was help, right? I wasn't scared, as he told me. He's like, I wasn't scared. Like, you're a kid. You're not thinking like anything big, like anything else of it, but to help. Mind you, when he comes back out, it's dark already. It's nighttime, and he doesn't see the lady no more, and everything's completely silent. He said you can't even hear the crickets. You can't hear animals. You can't hear nothing. They live in the Sierra, right? So you could hear crickets at night. You could hear stuff, everything. He said it was completely dark. He said as he's looking around for the lady and trying to see what's going on, and he's like, where's the lady at? Where's the kids at? There's no kids in this water. As he turns around, he sees the Llorona. He's doing like a 180. He said he was doing like a 180 degree. Turns around and he sees her face. And he said he felt like a burn to his eye, like somebody poked his eye or something. It was like a hit to the face. He falls in the water. As he falls in the water, he's getting like drowned and choked, and he's fighting for his life. She keeps pushing it back down. He's coming back up for air. She keeps putting it back down. He said he's fighting. Mind you, my dad was an athlete in high school. He's a really good swimmer. He loves to swim, so he trained himself to be able to hold his breath because he was in a swimmer's team back in high school, right? So he's telling me that in his first reaction was he went into survival mode, started holding his breath, catching water. When you're swimming, when swimmers swim, they catch air, and to swim, to go into water, catch air. So he's catching air. I said water. He's catching air, but he's catching water too. And he's fighting back, and then everything again goes completely silent, right? It goes completely silent, and he's able to release himself. Mind you, when he was under the water, he said he felt like he had weights, like something was pulling him down. Besides the fact that he said the lady was pushing him down, he felt like something else was holding him down, like he had weights on his feet. So he said he truly thought that was it for him. Like he said, there was no more strength in me to continue to fight. I couldn't fight no more, but I kept trying and trying and trying. It went completely quiet, and he looked up as he was going back up to out the water. He noticed his uncle running in the water with a big branch, and he's running to get him and take him out. His uncle's dragging him out. While he's dragging him out, he sees he has blood on the side of his face, and he's just so confused as to what happened. Mind you, my dad thinks in his head now that they set him up. I mean, I was thinking somebody set me up to rob me and beat me, and they took off because my uncle got there. That's what he was thinking in his head. As my uncle's pulling him out, my uncle's like running, like dragging him back up the hill. I would say it was like a good almost 2-mile walk. He said it was like a mile and a half walk from his grandma and grandpa's house. So as they're walking, my uncle's praying and praying, and he's carrying him, and he's walking fast. He said they got there like literally like in 15 minutes. They were already there. And my uncle started cleaning him up and everything, and drying him up and everything. And he told him like that he knew what happened, like what was he doing in the water. He told him my grandma was really, really sick and she wanted a tea, but we didn't have water, so I went and go get water for her. My uncle was like, your grandma's asleep. Like, she's not going to tell you to go out at this time. Your grandpa would never tell you. She's been asleep. I just went in there and she doesn't have a fever. Once my dad starts telling my uncle his side of the story of why he was even out at night at the river, my uncle's like, okay. My dad said he cleaned him up and everything, and he said that he noticed his uncle's face just changed. So he goes to sleep. They wake up the next morning. By that time, they're already packing to come back. My dad was just really confused about what happened the night before, of how she did have a fever and she told him to go get water. He noticed my uncle was calling him outside. He told him, do you know what happened last night? And my dad's like, yes, I know what happened last night. I got set up. Told him no. He's like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. His uncle's like, no, I've heard about stories like this exactly like you, and kids go missing all the time. When you come over here, you can't go to the lake, you can't go to the river no more, you can't go there at all no more. He said when my uncle was coming down, when he got home, he noticed that my dad had left the front door open and the lights were on. So his first reaction was check on my mom, on his grandma and grandpa, and look for my dad. He said he didn't notice my dad, so the first thing he did was just get on his truck, because he was the one that had the car, get on his truck and ride down and look for my dad till he arrived to the river. And he said when he parked, he heard splashing and all kinds of things. So my uncle said like, oh, he's getting wet in the river at this time, this kid is crazy, right? So he gets off mad, ready to get my dad in trouble. As he's walking, my uncle said he seen the Llorona holding my dad down. He said nobody was there. The only person was there was a lady that had a white dress. She looked like she was wearing a wedding dress, and she's like holding you down. He's like, I quickly grabbed a stick. I looked up. She was gone. She vanished. She wasn't there. I literally got goosebumps. And my dad said he was so scared, because he says that when he seen the lady's face, it was just like a weird looking face. He said he tried to like forget her face, but whenever he would remember her face and remember her true like face started coming out in his memory. Because when he seen her, he said she was a beautiful lady, you know, when he seen her, but like slowly, like her face was like changing, right? Every time he would see her. So as in like when he would look up and look at her, that she had big black pupils, long black hair. Her skin was like so pale, but she had like a white dress on. After my uncle like told my dad, everything started to make sense in his head, because he's all like, well, where did the lady go? Where did the kid go? Once it hit my dad like, okay, I didn't even get to see them when I came out. Like, how would they run in water so fast? How can they have swam away so fast? They couldn't have. My dad was so terrified. He told my grandma and my grandpa when they were coming back that he's never gonna go back and he's never gonna be around rivers or anything. Till this day, my dad does not like to go to the lake, river, the beach. I don't know why. Like, I go to the beach and I invite him for vacations, and he doesn't want to go to the beach. He doesn't go to the lakes or rivers or anything. There's a lot of videos on the internet that people do, and they record when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning or once the sun sets. Like, you can hear her voice, and honestly, it's very chilling and scary hearing her voice. It sounds like a mother just in so much, you know, in distress, just crying and crying for her kids. If you don't know about the Llorona, basically, it's a story about, she got with a guy that didn't want to have kids, and she already had 2 kids. He told her if she wanted to be with him, that she had to do something about her kids. So she went to the lake and she drowned them, and she regretted it instantly so bad that she killed him. She regretted it because he ended up leaving her for another lady, another woman. So she regretted it. So they say that she just cries and cries and cries and cries looking for her kids. It's a really crazy story. Like I said, there's video footages of people saying they captured her. I don't really like to see those videos because I have tried to see the videos of hearing her cry, but it sounds so scary. I choose not to. And honestly, I'm gonna say I rebuke, because we do not claim none of that negative energy. I just felt like it is October and it is spooky time right now, and it was like the perfect time to say this story. There's so many spooky stories, and I know a lot of people have been through a lot of spooky stories. Do you guys like the story of me talking about my dad's version of him seeing the Llorona? And I would say it gave me goosebumps and I got scared. I could sit here and tell you guys my experience and my stories and my family stories that I know are true. You know, if I have, you know, it in me to go do what Ghost Adventures or Face Rug and then be doing, like, I would do it. But for right now, I would say no, because that scares me and I don't want nothing to follow me home. I posted a video on my TikTok. If you're not following me, it's Stella Bella 333 on there also. So I went to the Cecil Hotel, I went to American Horror Story home, and it was so beautiful. I didn't get to go inside. But with that being said, you guys, I hope you guys like this video. I know I like kind of try to eat, but I wanted to talk and make sure I get into every detail just in case you guys had any questions about the story. I wanted to make sure I answered all your guys' questions, because honestly, like, while I was saying this, I got goosebumps and I got scared. You guys, this is my mukbang spooky story, and you guys, on my next video, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to reveal my Halloween outfit, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my makeup and how I got ready and what I'm going to be for Halloween. So you guys definitely subscribe. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And everybody that's watching this video, thank you guys so much for the love, for the likes, for the comments, for following me. I really appreciate it. Me and my kids appreciate it. We love reading your guys' comments, and thank you guys so much. I love you guys. You guys come back with me and let's do this together. Bye.
Baby, do you want it?